Hi everyone, it's Dasher Dave here again, back for another crafty video. So, this time we're going to make some of these little policy envelopes, but with a difference because they've got a window in them. A window and some fabric. So I've only put this in here so that you can see what it is, what I mean by it's got a window in it, so you can see through it. It's also got a bit of crinkle effect to it, because I know we all like a bit of ASMR when we're crafting. It hasn't got a policy closure, it's just got a little tuck on this one. I just thought we'd make some more together, if you fancy. So, let's just pop one of this back in here. They're really simple to make. Anybody that's not made a policy envelope, don't ever be afraid of them. They are so easy. You don't even need any specialised equipment. So, let's make another one. Let's use something else. So the reason why I've got this out is because I'm making them so that I wanted to make sure they are going to fit in my 4 seasons journal. So that's the reason why that's there. I will just say I am coughing a lot at the moment again. So I might have to cough. As soon as I mention the word cough, I have to cough. So, okay. I'm going to try and remember. It's really hard to remember where to cut. I'm going to try and bring a piece of card in every time I need to cut it sometime. Otherwise I have to watch the whole video back again. And really, I live with myself. I don't need to hear myself ever again. So let's make some more. Okay, so I think I might make one a bit longer this time. We're going to use this piece of paper. Basically, this is a great opportunity to use up all of those bits of card and paper sorry, not card so much, but paper that you add to books and things that you might not use otherwise. So I'm going to make a longer one. It might not be I might have to put something down the middle to weld it together, but that's fine. We'll just get a piece off this and stick that down the middle. It just all makes for a bit more fun, doesn't it? So I've had a couple of people recently tell me that I've been doing things wrong in my videos, so just want to talk about doing things wrong. Okay, anybody ever tells you you're doing something wrong, you're not doing it wrong, you're just doing it your way. So there is no right or wrong, especially in the craft community. Don't get hung up by other people's definition of right and wrong, because it's the biggest thing that will stifle your ability to craft and your inspiration, is if you're concerned that somebody else is watching and that you're doing it wrong. So I'm getting a rough edge on that, but I really don't mind. So I'm just going to put this across here, and that's just because I've pulled this out of a book and it's got a few holes in it. So I'm just going to put that on here. I might actually take this opportunity to give it a bit of a zhuzh. Let's use some roasted chestnut. Chestnuts. No, don't start. Not this time of year. Just put a bit of this. So I'm trying to use my artistry inks more because I really like them. They're nice and juicy at the moment because they don't get used much. And it's great because Brian's donated them to me, so it means that I don't think I don't know whether he's permanently donated, but like if he's hoping to see them back, then that ship has sailed. So he doesn't use these kind of things anyway. He uses the like I've said before, he uses oxide inks more. So I was going to use that side, but you know what? I'm going to end up using this side because I wasn't paying attention. No. I wanted to use that thing with the skull and crossbones on it, so that's the reason why I'm going to. So I'm going to ink this side now. That's what you get for talking. This is the reason why I never got any work done at school, because I was always talking. You can't believe that at all, can you? Me talking? No, don't be daft. So even with a cough, that doesn't shut me up. So I'm just trying to remember to cut bits out of my, because nobody wants to hear me cough. Trust me, I don't want to hear me cough. So Okay, so I'm going to use that to weld that bit across there. And we're just going to stick that on. You won't need to do this. This is just me adding extra proof. Oh, here we go. Glue needs to come out of the thing. The glue has gone into hiding. Has it? Oh no, it's coming out now. I thought it was on a witness protection program there, and you couldn't find it. So anyway, let's stick that on there. Just give that a smoosh out with my finger. Stick that on, just to weld it together. That's fine. Cool. So I have bought myself another pair of Tim Holtz scissors, just in case. So you know I was concerned about. Although I have to say, words of wisdom from the wonderful Christina Hall. So Christina Hall, anybody that doesn't know, is amazing. So just in case you wanted to know, Christina Hall is somebody who's basically been with me almost since day one. And she is the oracle of inspiration. She has supported my channel, she sent me happy mail, but more than that, she has always been very supportive of me and always encouraged me to continue even in the face of adversity. So she said that I should use my Tim Holtz scissors, because you know I've said about, like, I'm concerned that lots of people have said that, you know, they've started to fall apart. I should use my Tim Holtz scissors and until such time as I can't, basically. So use them, enjoy them, and then, but don't worry about what might happen, which is a very good piece of advice, and I'm grateful to her, because, like, it made me sit and think, yeah, just need to do it, just get on with it. You can't just buy these things and then put them in a, you know, showcase, can you? So let's just make sure that I'm not going to go. This is not going to be too wide. It might be a little wide. We might just have to pull this over a little bit. Oh no, let's go this way. Pull this bit in a little. Yeah, you can't buy these things, especially crafty things that are expensive to buy, and then just sit on them because you don't want to use them. Yeah, that's better. So we'll use that, and then we'd want to make sure that it's no longer than that. So if we fold this bit up like that, and then this bit, and have a nice big policy envelope. There we go. So there we go. We'll fold it over about there. Okay, so we've got this little band across here, which I don't mind. I think we might put a window in, and we're going to probably have the window lower. We might have two, actually. I don't know. We'll see. So once I've put that all in, I'm not going to cut it into shape just yet. I'm going to put my dies in. So I know that my dies need to sit either side of this, which is where the band is, because that's the thing holding it together. So I think, therefore I think I might use something a bit different, maybe a different shape one. Maybe that one. It's not very big though, is it? Maybe a circular one. I have a circular one. Do I want a circular one? I don't know. Where's the other one that I had? The one that's now going to be elusive. Here, found it. This one. So I might put that. I don't know. Do I want to put that one in, and then use this one at the top? That's going to be a bit big at the top. Maybe this one. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Right. Nobody can say that it's wrong because it's mine. So one thing I will do is I'll just make sure that I cut that bit out at the same time. So I'm going to cut these. So what I'm going to do is, because this is too wide for my die cutter, I'm just going to put these in the place where I want them, and then I'll fold these in when I'm sending it through the die cutter. So I will put some washi tape on it just to hold it down. Let's get some washi tape out. I thought I had some out. Oh, I do. It's there. So you have to live and learn with washi tape, because you find that it doesn't stick to anything unless you put it through a die cutting machine, and then it'll stick to everything that you don't want it to. So I basically just stick it to my clothes a few times, get a bit of fur on it and stop it being quite so sticky. I'm going to pop that on there. Where should we put it? Put it kind of inside, so that even if it does peel a bit of surface off, you won't see it. On there. And then we'll get a bit of this. Again, just stick it to my clothes a few times. And then just tear that bit in half. And then we're going to put that on at the top. Now, I know some of you would be thinking, oh, it's got to be in the middle. You know what? If it isn't in the middle, it's not a biggie. Right, if that goes there, you won't see it, will you? Because of the wind, because of the thing, the policy flap. Okay, so if you're not going to see it, shall we put it in the flap itself as well then? Maybe. There's nobody here telling me I can't do this. So, you know what? I'm going to do it. And then if it doesn't work out, then you'll know not to do it. So that's my fold there. That's my fold there. So we're going to do that. Put that bit on there. And that bit on there. Right, and then we're just going to fold these bits in. And these bits in. So that when it goes through the die cutting machine, it all lines up nicely. Get my die cutter out. Okay, I got my plates. You see, you could tell I was ready. It's all off to one side. Right, okay, I'm going to have to do this in 2 bits because my die cutting plates are not big enough. So I'll put this bit through first. Okay, go back. That's that bit, and then we'll take it out and we'll put the other bit in. This bit. Move that through. Put that through there. Pop that through there, he says, like that kind of hopeful way. Please just go through there. And do that, and then come back. There we go. No, let's go. Oh yeah, back that way. Okay, so. Yeah, cool. Okay, so I think we've cut through this time. Ow! Move those to one side. Right, let's just open this up. And we should have... This should have come cut through both bits. It has. I'm just going to peel this bit off. And hopefully it won't take the surface off. It didn't. There we go, that one. And then we're going to do the same on this bit. Peel that up, hopefully not peeling the surface up, although it is on the inside, it's not so bad. Okay, so there we go. We have got basically our policy envelope shape, and that's going to be our 2 windows. Although, what did I cut it through the back bit for? I don't know. Because actually that's the front, and it's not going to get in the way, because this is the back. You idiot, Dave. Because that's the way it's going to be. But, you know, never mind. We'll stick something over that, and nobody will ever know it was there. So, because we can, and nobody can tell you you've done it wrong. Because it's yours. So remember, don't ever worry about making mistakes. So this is the reason why I always leave my mistakes in, because if I leave my mistakes in, it gives you the confidence to make mistakes. And often mistakes are the route to success. So the route to success, because you either learn from them, and you learn never to do that again, or you find a new way because you've made a mistake. So So I'm just going to come in at an angle on that one. So when you're making a policy envelope, basically what you're doing is you're cutting out the four corners. I'm just going to cut this into shape there, and then this way. So what's going to happen is this is going to fold in here. What is that there? So it's just it's weird. That's become very shiny on that bit where the pressure of the die cutter has pressed against it. Very odd indeed. And we've got a weird shape here because again I thought I needed to incorporate that, but I didn't, and so we've got a nice funky shape that we wouldn't have any other way. Let's see if I can snip the corners a little bit just to make them a little bit more rounded. And get that in there. Okay, so that's the back, and that's going to come up here, and then this is the lip, the closure. I'm just going to take off the corners, and I know I've got this weird now hole in it. Now I could either use that and utilize it as a feature, or I could cover it up, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I might cover it up, you know, with a bit more something, maybe with a picture. Maybe cover it up with a nice picture. Well, it's not necessarily a nice picture, but a picture. Let's do that. So I'm going to cut this out, hopefully straight. Straight lines are very optional in my house. You get what you're given in my house, basically. I really feel like I could eat some pudding. So pudding in the UK, by the way, doesn't necessarily mean the same as everybody else means. So pudding, which I didn't realise that other people around the world didn't know that this is what it means, in the UK is basically any sweet. So anything you would consider to be dessert we call pudding. It is not a specific thing. And it doesn't always mean sweet. So, for instance, there's something in the UK called black pudding. Okay, so black pudding is like a sausage. It's made with pig's blood, which doesn't make it sound very nice. So, the less we talk about it, the better. But it's made with pig's blood, and it's not eaten as a dessert. It's just pudding. Actually, originally meant offal. So if you go to in London, there's a street called Pudding Lane. It's not actually a pudding that they're talking about. It's not sweet. They're talking about. They're talking about it being offal, basically, where the butchers used to be. So you came here for craft, and you went away with a history lesson. So hopefully, whenever I see a blue card come into view, you won't see it because I'll have cut it out, because that means that I've been coughing. So where's my original? I don't know. Where is the original? I don't know. It's been, oh, there we go. It's been minutes since. So this frame is on the outside. The reason why I've done this bit on the outside and put the lace on the outside as well is when you put something into an envelope, you don't want it to jar on anything that's stuck on the inside, on the back. So I can confidently glue it together, knowing that this time I've got it right. Because we're not going to do anything more to the inside of it. So I'm just going to glue up that edge and along this edge, the inside of this edge. And that way then the crossover will meet and it will glue nicely. So now we can stick that bit on as well. So the bottom flap we glue down because we don't need it. Top flap we don't glue down, otherwise it's not an envelope, it's just a thing. It's just a journal card if you glue it all down. So we're going to put that in there, and we might just emphasize the colour around that. So we'll get, I don't know, what should we use? Sweet toffee, maybe. Oh, hello. This one's doesn't want to play quite so much, so put a bit of this round. I think I possibly should do a video of the differences in colours between these and the Tim Holtzy ones, but that's another day. I think I've got some plans for what this week's videos are going to be, although to be fair I've had to change one of my plans because, well, me and my cricket fell out. So I love my cricket, don't get me wrong, I love it to bits, and it's usually very good. It's just that me and it were not on the same wavelength today, so I changed what I was going to do. But I will do what I was going to do, but you won't know. So you won't know what it is until I do it, and that way then if I don't decide not to do it, then you'll never know. So again, horrible cough. So what I'm going to do is, this was the bit that we cut out of that bit, so I might just stick that back in. Might stick it in upside down, and then like it doesn't. Oh, should I put it in that way, the right way round? Oh, that's not the right way round. That's the right way round. Oh, nope, that's not the right way round. That's the right way round. No, it isn't. I don't know. I'm sure. Could have sworn that came out of there. What? I don't. Oh well, it came out of there, and it's going back in, but it's not going back in the way it came out. Oh, hang on. Is that because there's more than one layer here? Aha! See, that's why my brain was like, cannot compute. There we go. If we stick it in that way, it'll go, it's the right way around. So that's why I couldn't get them. This is why I'm rubbish at what are those things called that you match all the bits up with? Talking? No. What's it called? Jigsaws. That's the word. Rubbish at jigsaws because I can't. Well, I can't. I just can't. So this one we're going to put we'll put a frame round. The reason why we're putting a frame round it is because we need something to help glue the actual thing down. So we just need to bear that in mind. So I'm going to cut a piece that is about that wide. See, no measuring going on today. Far too challenging for my brain if I start measuring. So we're going to do this, and we're going to put that to about there and cut that way, and then we're just going to cut that off. So we're going to pop that on there, and we know that we need to have, so it's a little bit further this way than it is that way, so I just want to pop that on there for now in the right sort of place. So there, we'll say we're going to put it like that, and we're going to keep that off-centeriness because we're going to say we actually like that, and we wanted it to look like that in the first place. To all those people out there telling me that I've done something wrong, that'll throw you, won't it? So, I'm going to pop this. No, Dave, you need plates. Plates? If I was a plate. Oh, there you my sandwich. Oh, I could just eat a sandwich. Not this kind of a sandwich. I don't want a die cutting sandwich. That's not the kind of sandwich I'm looking for. So that's that one. Let's just move that out of the way for a minute. So again, we're just going to peel that off nice and slow. Hopefully not going to peel it up. Taking the surface up. Nice and slow, Joe. Brilliant. Then we're going to round off this edge. This one. Well, this edge, this corner, Dave. And that's why there's going to be 4 of them, because there are 4 corners. Weird, though, that we say 4 corners of the globe, and yet it's round. So I'm not even going to go there. I'm not going to psychoanalyze that. Okay, so we're going to pop that on there, and that's going to be our frame that will sit around there, so we can encase whatever it is that we're going to put within that space. And then on this one, this one we're going to put another piece of card, and we're going to put it on, and we're going to say we want to cut it to about there, and we're going to go. In fact, that might fit nicely, just like that. Yeah, shut up, Tommy Cooper. So, that bit off. We'll round off these corners. Got a slight nick in there, and that's from where I cut the other piece off it, but it's not a problem. So, we have, there we go, looking for this. While I'm looking for this, I'll use this. So we're going to have this, and we're going to put that somewhere in this kind of centery-ness. Centering, is that kind of in the center of that one? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Pop that on there. Stick that down. Move that out of the way. So, you know, when your workspace just gets smaller. So. So, make my sandwich. Sandwich. Stop saying sandwich, Dave. It's like every time I say the word C-O-U-G-H, it makes me want to C-O-U-G-H. What is that in there? Goodness only knows. Right. I'll cut this one out. And then take it off the plate. Peel slowly, because this one is more likely to rip because it's fibrous, the board. Gently, and then gently on this. There we go, cool. And then this one is going to sit on here, like so. Oh, lovely. Lovely, that. Perfect. And not that much difference whichever way up I use it. So let's put my lid on my glue for a minute. Give it a fighting chance, Dave. So we'll use some more of this. I don't know why this one is not working correctly. Just stuck, I think. So let's use some of this, and we'll put this around the edge of this. Now you could, of course, have stuck it all down and then like stuck the pieces of things and then cut the holes out, and that's absolutely fine. But if you want to sandwich something between them, then you're not going to be able to do that because you'll have stuck it down. You won't be able to then get it out. So But if you're just using it as like a frame around like an open space, then that's fine. And you could stick a piece of plastic inside and it wouldn't, as long as you stick it down well, it wouldn't snag on things. But because I'm using fabric, I'm going to do this, and that way then it encases it. You'll see what I mean when I've done it. So if there's anybody sat at home thinking, I don't know what he's talking about, then don't worry, there's lots of people in the same boat that don't know what I'm talking about half the time. So, and the other half of the time they're not listening. So it's a good job I'm not a teacher anymore, isn't it? Because people, you know, like I say, half the time they didn't understand what I was talking about, and the other half of the time they weren't listening. So it's a good job I'm not a teacher anymore. So that's going to sit round there, and then this one we're going to also, let's do with a different colour. What should we use? Should we use some rich mocha this time? So if you're wondering why there's lots of cuts, it's because I keep coughing, so it's driving me insane. And although I didn't have COVID, I feel like I have had, because I am so tired. Like I went to bed last night, not an unreasonable hour, especially not for a weekend, because I don't work weekends. So I'm not mindful of going to bed really early at the weekend. So I went to bed about 1 o'clock, lay in bed for a bit, watched a bit of YouTube and caught up on a few things. Been watching the post office scandal thing that's going on in the UK at the moment, so, which I think is absolutely appalling. But if you don't know anything about it, I won't bother labouring it. Go and find out. Basically, the UK post office has swindled loads of postmasters and mistresses out of money and claimed it as profit. But I'll let you find out. It's a bit more detailed than that. So I watched that, and then I listened to my boring books for bedtime audio book stuff, which helped me get to sleep. So I was asleep by 2 latest, I would have thought. And then, so then I woke up at 12:30 this morning. I was like, where on earth has the time gone? So I'm just going to use this as a bit of a guide for how much I need to cut. So I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use the same stuff. I don't think I have any more to hand. So I'm going to use the same stuff. So first of all, I'm just going to cut that bit off like that. And I'm going to cut it. I don't want to have a lot of overhang, but equally I don't want to have no overhang. This is the time when you want overhang. When you're trying to do your trousers up, that's when you don't want overhang. So pop that there. Just kind of hold it in place. Doesn't have to be round, nobody's going to see it, so that'll do. So that can, let's just make sure that that's not going to overhang too much. Yeah, so we're going to need to cut some straight sides. Put that on there. This is when really I should be using my slicey thing. You know what I mean. If you don't, then what a surprise. Let's use the flat edge that bit's got there anyway, and cut this bit a bit flatter. Don't cut it too short though, Dave. Like that. Perfect. That's fine. Okay, so that'll all encase nicely, and we'll put a little bit of plastic in it for the crinkly factor. So this is basically from cereal, inside your cereal packets, you know, the thing that the cereal sits in. In fact, this has still got cereal on it, so first. Get rid of the bulk. Check that it will fit on here without overhanging too much. Oh no, I'll need a bit. Oh, let's try it that way around. Ooh, that's better. So if I cut that a little bit straighter there, that should be fine. Yep. Perfect. So we're going to put it so that what do we want this time? Do we want it on the inside so that that's what it would look like? Or do we want it on the... No, we'll go from the outside. So what I did was I stuck this down first. Just check when you put your thing back over that it's not going to overhang. Is it that way up, or are we going this way up, Dave? I think we're going this way up. So yeah, so that's where we need to glue it. We could probably go a little bit that way. Yeah, so we're going to hold that there, and then we're going to get some 3-in-1. This is this is 4-in-1 because it's 3-in-1 plus Kalal. So 4-in-1. They don't make 4-in-1. Fabri-Tac don't make a 4-in-1. Don't go and look for it. It's basically just 3-in-1 with Kalal mixed into it. I put Kalal in with it because it thins it out a bit. I find that Fabri-Tac goes quite thick very quickly, and Kalal is always a little bit too runny, so it just helps to thin it out a bit. So I'm not going to worry about getting this glued down perfectly because we're going to put that little cover over the top of it. Nobody will ever know. That's going to go on like that. Then we're going to go round again with some glue around the portal. And there, a little bit more around the, just to kind of encompass any edges. And then we're going to use this, and we're going to use that flat edge there. We're going to put that on like that. Now you could of course dye yours and make it not aged, but I'm not. So I'm going to put a little bit of this around the portal so that it sticks to the lace. And then I'm going to use some paper glue around the edge of this so that it makes a really quick adherence to the paper. Well, it would be quick if we could get it to come out, so that it adheres nicely to the paper, and we get a nice quick grab, and that way then it'll hold everything in place. Tiny bit down the edge there, tiny bit down the edge there. Okay, which way up did we have that? This way up, I think it was. We're going to lie that on there. And there we go, we've encased all of that nicely. And then we're going to put this one on, and we're going to put, I think this time, shall we just have a window of this, or should we, oh damn, I don't know. Let's go for just a window of this, I think, and I'm going to use that number. And the number wasn't put in by me, but I might as well use it. So a VP2 this is, in case you wanted to know. We'll put that in the middle of that. It's already written on the cereal packet, might as well utilise the number. We'll put that on there. So I'll put, no we won't. Oh Dave, dropsy. Put this around the edge of here. To glue down my bit of plastic. So I keep all of these things out of cereal packets because they are great for stuff like this, because it's got that kind of a milky finish to it. So, no, Dave. It's got a milky finish to it, so it makes it look older. Of course, you could put some alcohol inks on it and make it look even older. And I also keep it because it's great. It's great non-stick for whenever you're doing things like if you're making faux sellotape stuff and you don't want it to stick to your desk. So, you know, the faux aged sellotape that I do. You'll have seen me making, when I make that, I use the same stuff, like I say, just to stop it from sticking to everything. Okay, so we'll put the lid on that. Just gonna, right, so I don't throw my dye away, I'm just gonna take that out and that and those bits. Just clear up a little bit, otherwise it gets a bit messy around here. You might have noticed that. I have to say though, since I've been using my new studio, you know, the redesigned studio, I've kept it very much, you know, in keeping, like the way it was when in keeping, that's not the right word, very much the way I had it before when I finished it, so it doesn't look terribly messy. Obviously my desk gets messy when I'm doing a video because I don't have the chance to put things away and tidy up everything, but you know, I'm happy with the way it looks. It's not really messy. I'm not coming in every day going, oh no, I've got to clean this up. And I do tidy up after every video, which is really good. Whenever you've done any kind of crafting, whether you're recording or not, I really highly recommend that you tidy it up after you've finished rather than leaving it to next time you're in there, because it's a real stifler. It makes you feel a bit overwhelmed, like, oh, I've got to tidy this up first, and then by the time you've tidied up you're a bit fed up. Okay, I'm going to just ink a little bit on that edge there, a little bit on the inside of the thing, so it's picking up where I glued on that, the back of where I die cut it, but it's all a nice feature. It's a squeaky paper. I don't think you can hear that. Though if I've left any bits in where I've coughed and there was a blue card, you'll be like, what on earth was that about? It was supposed to be a clue for me to edit that bit out, but if I've left it in, you'll know why it was there. So that's that. That's the front. That hopefully is not too long now, and if it is, oh well, we'll use it elsewhere. No, it's not too long, it's fine. And we need a closure on the back. So what are we going to do for a closure? We could have a shape like that, couldn't we? Yeah, let's do that. Right, okay, we'll do that out of a bit of brown, a bit of craft card, I think. Some that on just here, so put that down to the right size, pop that on there. Oh, it could go that way, so we'll do it that way. We will, do you want to do the back of it? No, we want to do the front, Dave. So first of all, stick it to your clothes so it doesn't stick to the thing too much. Pop that on there. Tear it in half. Don't know why I'm talking you through this. Doesn't have to. I'm not placing it or positioning it because it's the middle bit that I want this time rather than the frame. Open that up. Pop that on there. And then run it through. Cool. Pop that back down. Love the fact that everything is to hand. I'm not worried about tearing off around there, but I am going to be a bit more gentle about the middle bit. Yep. That bit there. That's my die. That's my plates. Just move them out of the way. So, put that out of the way. Where's my envelope gone? There it is. So we'll just ink around here. We'll use some rich mocha, or shall we have roasted chestnut this time, I think. Roasted chestnut around the edge. We could even use this as a label, couldn't we? We could put something, write something on it. Look at the colour of my thing. I'm interviewing tomorrow as well, so I have a new, well, somebody's leaving from my team, so I'm interviewing for their post. So it's going to be interesting. If I've got really dirty hands, I'll have to, well, it's a conversation starter, isn't it? I'm a crafter, so. So I'm going to pop that on there. Oh no, good. I'm not losing the skull and crossbones is what I was wanting to keep. So if I put that on there, have it a little bit lower. Have that like that, and then that'll just flip underneath there. That's great. So we might use that as a, what was I going to say? We might use it as a label for something. So pop that on, kind of sit it so that it sits nicely on there. So we're going to glue up to about there. If we can get the glue to come out. Bring that round, just glue there. That's alright. That sits under there without getting glue on it. Yep, brilliant. So I'll just rub that down, and then we'll pop something on. We'll pop a something on there. So maybe one of these stamps. Let's just stamp this on here. Overdue account. It's a very decorative envelope for an overdue account. So there we go. Perfect. I like that. In fact, we'll give it a bit of a number as well. Let's just change the number because I don't know what number it's on. There we go. Fantabulous. There we go. So that's it. So this is the one that we started with. This is our starting point. Then we made a mess, and whilst in the process of making a mess, we also made this. So we've got a double one here. So let's just quickly make something to shove in there so you can see what it looks like. Use a piece of black card. These are all my prototype stuff going on in the background over here. So where's my little cutter? Let's just cut this down so we can show you. I don't know how wide. I'll go for about there. No measuring, no messing, no misery. And a line there. And just cut that bit off. And then you'll be able to see when I pop this down. That's in here. Should be able to see then the card going through and how it looks. There we go. That's it going in there. It goes. I might have glued that bit down. Oh no, I've glued it together. there you go. Don't. You haven't glued it together. You're just being an idiot. So that goes down there, and it goes down and into the window. So that's our little envelope. So there we go. Cool. Really chuffed with that. That's a nice thing. That's going to go in with this, along with that. And yes, so there we go. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that. Just, you know, go and play. Don't listen to what other people are telling you. You know, unless they're telling you, you know, be careful, that you'll get electrocuted if you touch that. Listen to all of the danger warning signs. That's fine, but don't listen to other people when they're telling you you're doing something in the wrong way, because at the end of the day, you're doing it your way, and you have to do it my way. Not my way, but your way. So enjoy doing what you're doing. Don't listen to what other people say. I used to, but now as my channel's grown and I've become more confident in what I'm doing, I don't listen to what other people say anymore. I just do what I want to do. So go and do what you want to do. And don't forget, I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to. And I will see you all very soon. You all take care, folks. I'm going to go and tidy up a little bit, and then I'm going to reset for the next video. All right then, folks. Take care. Lots of love. Lots of hugs. And I'll see you very soon. Take care, folks. See ya. Bye.